is Ash Light Brooke. I wanted to come on real fast because I got these posters here that was given to me by my daughter's occupational therapist, and it's they're emotion posters. So it's basically like, when I'm feeling this way, here are some of the things, you know, that I can do to help me feel better or support me and keep me feeling this positive way. So I think that's really great to have these posters up as reminders. Let me show you an example. Let me see. Posters right here. They're posters and they tell you how you're, like, notice how you're feeling. Okay, if I'm feeling like this, those are the things I can do if I'm feeling this way, and this will support me from, if it's a bad feeling, then it'll help to pull me out. If it's a good one, it'll help support it and keep that positive stimulation going, and keep me focused and keep me calm and keep me happy. I'm not going to focus too much on the labels that they have put in here. You can take this out and put your own that suits your life and suit your sensory, you know, challenges, and the strategies, what works best for you. Because I know, being an autistic person, strategies that work for me are not the same type that would probably make sense to a neurotypical. And the way that a neurotypical handles it wouldn't make sense to me. So I think you just like customize and change it to your, you know, to what helps you. It's all about sitting down and understanding yourself, you know, what would help you in that situation. So you can kind of use this as a guide, just get started and how to create your own. I definitely would say create your own. When you're autistic, it's like the information for a neurotypical doesn't work the same for an autistic person. Most likely we'll stop and like correct the grammar and the linguistics of the message. You know, little things that will bug us for, we'll be like, that don't make sense. No, we'll shut it down. So you can, you know, edit it and make your own. But why I think this is so important is because it prompts the parent to remind them to model emotion for the child. So, for example, if, say for example, I feel mad or angry or one of these, you know, bad, you know, negative, you know, escalating emotions, and well, say my son's feeling like that. Let's say, for example, my son's feeling like this, but he doesn't know how to cope with it. He doesn't know how to change himself from feeling like that. And I've been so many times when I was younger, and I remember feeling, I know a lot of people probably feel like this too to this day, even neurotypicals. I feel upset, and I don't want to be, but it's too late. I already went there. I don't carry it on till the end until, you know, but in my mind I already know when it should have stopped, but I don't, you know. So this is just a healthy way to teach your child how to, you know, shut it down, that emotion when it's negative. So basically, in a situation like this, and my son is upset, I would go and model me handling it, like things that I would do, like strategies I would do to help myself feel better or bring myself out of the anger. For example, I would say, oh, I don't feel good. Yeah, or oh, you guys are being really noisy. I can't. My ears hurt. I'm gonna go lay down. I think that might help me. I think I need to take a break. There's been times where my kids are being really loud and noisy, and I have seizures, and they're caused by repetitive sound. So there's been times where I have to be like, when I look at my son, and I'm like, Ozzy, mommy doesn't feel good. I need to go sit in the restroom and take a breather, and I'll come and sit down for a minute and just breathe. Give us like 5 minutes, and then something like that, I'll be like, Ozzy, I need to lay down. Mommy's gonna lay down for a second, and I'm gonna go and say, I don't feel good. I feel frustrated, honey. I don't know. I said my head hurts. I don't like too many sounds. I will explain to him that I don't feel good, and I don't want to feel, I'm pretty much showing him that I'm not feeling well. I don't want to be grouchy. So I'm gonna go give myself a little break so I can feel better, give myself a break. And when I've modeled it like that for my son actually will look at me and like I can see his little eyes going like, you know, and then he'll come on me and he'll rub my back. It's so cute. So he understands that, oh, mom's stressed out or mom's overwhelmed, you know. And what that does is next time when he feels like he feels kind of sick or he feels it's too much and he feels like that, he'll remember just by watching mom do it, and he's gonna go lay down, give himself a break. He's gonna put his tablet down for a minute and just lay down. Or he's gonna go sit down away from everybody for a minute. He can calm down. It's really a good way. And my daughter, for example, like if you go with my daughter does this thing where, because she is frustrated, because she has like hyperactive behaviors, and she has she's still 2, so she's dealing with that as well, you know, the terrible 2s. And she also, we're realizing that she's having some, she needs some like more therapy for like, you know, strengthening her finger muscles. And we believe that it's causing her to get frustrated when she's doing things, and she'll start to scream. If she tries to open something, she won't go help. Or like, you know, we've been training her to do to help, teaching her, and to ask for help instead of screaming. And she's been getting it down for the most part, but sometimes she will lose it, you know, and she will just throw her body back, you know, and she does that meltdown thing. And I will go and tell her, Izzy, what happened? Do you need help? Oh, you should ask for help. I say, Mommy, I need help. And then I'll go, oh, Izzy needs help? Oh, sure, I'll help you. Come on, I'll help you. And my body's very, like, inviting. Like, I'm very, like, I guess to say exaggerative in my body language when I'm talking to my daughter. And very welcoming voice, but I'm prompting her to ask for help. You know, do these, like, ask for help. Do you need a minute? Here, come lay down. Here's a nice pillow. Here's Froggy. And I'll get the little frog. And I'll leave the little frog in the corner, but it's okay, Froggy. And I'll describe how I'm, you know, observing that she's, like, you know, overwhelmed and exhausted, and maybe she's tired, you know. I'll say, oh, you tired, Froggy? It's okay, it's okay. And I'll cup the little Froggy. Need your Baba, Froggy? And I get the little milk cup to the frog. And she'll go, oh. She'll respond with like, oh yeah. And she'll go and attend to the frog as if it were her, because she's saying, oh, I feel like that too. I know what that feels like. So she wants to go take care of that frog. So what that does is it allows her feelings to be validated. So she doesn't feel like, oh, mom's frustrating me. She realizes like, oh, you know, that's, mom does know how to, you know, help. And then the next time she experiences that, she'll be more likely to follow my suggestions, because she's seen that, oh, mom took care of Froggy. You know, mom took care of Froggy, and she saw that being, you know, and yumpy, and they need to see it someone else or something before you go and just like grab them and pick them up and move them. They have to really be part of it, and you need to, like, I know it sounds funny, but you need to ease your way into an autistic child, even if it is your own child. They have to have an experience where they witness you doing that with someone else, because what happens with an autistic child is that when they're having their first experience with you, and then it's just, you know, they have issues with being touched or certain things like that, or they're getting frustrated because they can't express that they need help. It is very, like, they're very unsure of it, and it will cause them to panic more. I think it helps a lot for the child to see, you know, to see how you handle those types of situations outside of them. Like, feel like they're still on the outside looking in, and observe you, how you take care of those types of situations that you plan to assist that child with, how you do outside of them, so that they can have, trust in you, so they feel safe when you are doing difficult things like correcting behaviors and stuff like that. I don't know, that's just my opinion. And I'm not gonna say I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty spot on, because I think about this stuff a lot, and it's working for my kids a lot. So modeling emotions is very important. I'll give you another example. Say my daughter is swinging a toy, like a lot of 2-year-olds do this, and especially children that are autistic, that have hyperactive behaviors that require physical input, that are ones that bite, slap, hand frailing that appears like aggressive slapping when it's not, just for the record, and shouting in your face, hyper jumping around. It's very important to model, like, for example, if they swat and hit you, and even if it doesn't hurt, if it's inappropriate behavior that wouldn't be accepted in school, I will put my little acting cap on, and I will say, "Ow, Izzy, you hurt my eye," and I will keep in character, and then I'll lay on the floor, and then she'll come over like, "Oh, what happened?" She says as she talks, "What happened?" And she'll be, "Ooh, ooh," when she looks at me, because she's realizing that she hurt me. If I responded with a yell back, should this be like crying back because she feels also hurt, because that's not what she was trying to do? So it becomes like a back and forth of like hurt and frustration. So instead, I will help her understand what she did by being a little more dramatic and exaggerative in that. So I will be like, oh, if she hit my leg, I'll be like, "Oh," and I'll pretend, that she hit me hard enough to knock me on the ground. And I do these little things, and anyone that has any brains at all, or anyone that is autistic, can realize that this is very effective. And it seems like something so small, but it's super, super important to practice these things and do these things every day. And people will look at me sometimes strange, like I'll be like in public places and my daughter does something like that. Oh, I don't care. Like my daughter's development and how she, is important, and every experience counts. You can't just turn off the, the training turn off the training switch whenever you go in public. You can't just be like, oh, well, we're not going to work on that right now because we're in front of people. It's like, no, they need that also in front of other people. As a matter of fact, doing it in front of other people, if the people are supportive and just let you do your thing, the child will actually respond better if more people are watching, to be honest. But you have to stay, in character and doing the right prompts. You can't get frustrated if everyone's watching and be like, "Oh, hurry up." Well, that's not the same thing, is it? So you gotta, stay focused on what you're doing, and stay focused on and knowing what your objective is, when engaging your child. I think it's very easy for a parent to forget. I've been guilty of that in the past, where not, to where it's abusive, but just to where like, oh my God, I'm in a rush and I don't have that much time, and like, hurry up, come on, let's go. And I'm just trying to make it happen because it's a fast-paced world out there, and I'm pretty sure a lot of parents agree. But an autistic child, it requires not rushing things through. Like, you can't take their control away. It's gonna make it worse. And I know that people have jobs, and I know that people have things that need to get done. I'm pretty sure everybody has a lot of responsibility. But you're gonna have to learn how to manage your time. And if you already don't have time, well, you're gonna have to be like that super, time management, extraordinaire. You're gonna have to press a little harder. You're gonna have to be above and beyond. It's required. That's what I feel. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're going too hard. You're doing so much. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some self-care." You don't ever stop doing stuff for your kids, and it's great. You're doing great though. So, but you need to make sure that you're okay too. And it's like I have to be a super mom. It's a requirement. It comes with the, my children are wonderful, but it comes with, that dedication. It's part of the job description. And I will do it efficiently. So it's a requirement for real. So you can't take little, like, whenever you're around people not do what you've been doing at home. It's going to be very confusing. It has to be done at home, at school. You need to meet with your school teachers. My son's school teacher, I text her and blow up her phone probably more than I should, but she's very nice and, she's understanding. She understands why, and I'm pretty sure she appreciates that the parent is actually caring and trying to be involved, to help her day easier too at school. I have the parents working with the teachers and the kids' behavior at school to improve as well. So it's teamwork. It takes the whole team, So modeling emotions is very important, and being very dramatic and exaggerative in facial expressions when you're shocked, looking at them, help them, prompt them to what the appropriate emotion should be. And like, for example, when my daughter was born, my son didn't really take her at first, and little by little oh, your sister loves you, Ozzy. Oh, she looks up to you, dude. Like, I have to tell him, and it's true, though. I'm not lying to him. It's true. My daughter loves him to pieces. I swear. She adores him. So I'm like, Ozzy. So I'm looking for him. She's so cute. She really does love him. So I have to help him understand that so that her feelings don't get hurt. Because in the beginning, he was like, whoa, she's coming too close. Don't touch me. She'd be all in his personal space trying to kiss him on the nose, and he's just like, don't spit on my nose. She's like freaking out. But now, little by little, with all those prompts, we're telling him like, oh, isn't that nice? Your sister loves you, Ozzy. She's a baby. I've been talking to him. Sometimes I want to be a baby. What do you mean mommies can't be babies? I always tell him, sure I can. I was like, I'm taking a break. I'm baby now. And I joke with him like that to make it more light and like easy for him to understand that, that I nurture him and I'm attentive to him, but sometimes mommy needs him too, to love mommy and be a good voice and help mama, And I think it's just like, it's such like, it's just like, I don't explain it, but like my relationship with my son is so beautiful. It's like it just happens so naturally, and so like we're very like, I'm very cautious in making sure that he's okay and happy and feeling how he feels. But I definitely I put so much time in my life into being there for my kids that it would be devastating if they resented me later, And it's like, I did not give my whole life to you guys. You guys hate me later. I have to make sure I do it right, so my time wasn't wasted. That's how I live it. I don't know. But anyways, prompting emotions is very important. And I also recommend I know even as your child gets older, but to always have something special that you do with them so that they know and they feel the love. Because as they get older, sometimes with the different, parents getting busy at work and having to be left with different people, you don't know exactly how they're treating them, and even if they're not abusing them, just the insensitivity or the not that little extra love that they were used to when they were very small, it can kind of confuse a child, especially one on the spectrum, with the change in why am I being treated not extra nice anymore? What did I do bad? So I think it's very important to pay attention. I can't stress this enough. Pay attention to the emotional development. It's not just routine care. And that's for every child. You can't just go in there, change your diaper, clean the room, make the food, and be like, okay, it's bedtime. You have to bond with your child. You have to spend time with your child. They have to feel love and support, otherwise you're not going to give you the respect as they start to become teenagers. And that's not just autism. That's not just neurotypicals. That's autistic children too. So, love your babies. I took pictures of these just as to have something to go by. I posted them on my YouTube. So that's about it on that topic. visual prompts. It's very important. Visual prompts and give them emotional prompts to learning how to cope with emotion, to help them solve their own, problems and learn to deal with unwanted emotions. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Alrighty. I will see you guys in a little bit. And then if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask me. Alrighty, I'm going to go have something to eat. Manja. Manja, that's my new word for the week. Manja.